Hello, everyone. This is Sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about the news of Eligio Lee Bishop, aka Nature Boy. He also calls himself a god, whatever. But he is the cult leader of Carbon Nation. And he recently got arrested on the charges of, the R word, false imprisonment, and different things. Hopefully he stays in jail because of the little things that I've researched and saw from this man. It is ridiculous. His cult believes, in polygamy. They believe that you're not supposed to take showers. They do a lot of weird stuff. But he is the prime example of a person that was just grew up and was not raised. So if you don't understand that, that is what that is. When a child is not raised and they just grew up, they figured things out by themselves, that he is that prime example. And because he has such a dominant and strong personality, and he's very persuasive and manipulative, and he's able to get these young men and these young girls to follow him and to do his bidding. And this is what happens when there's no parents, when the parents are not involved in a child's life. They can be easily persuaded to join these type of things. You think that, I'll never because you have not encountered somebody as manipulative as this man is. And the things that he has, and the perverted things, let's say, that goes on in wherever they are, because they always all over the place. But this, he got arrested in Georgia. And the pervertedness that happens in wherever they are amongst, the minors that are around them is sickening and disgusting. Heard this man, they walk around in their birthday suit in front of children. It's ridiculous. That I don't understand. And for us, whoever the parents are, for them to do it, and it's like, that child is supposed to cover themselves up. I'm not supposed to cover myself up. That's what he said. So the child is supposed to cover themselves up. He can walk around in his birthday suit in front of children, and that's okay. This is sick. I hope he stays there, and if he gets out, it will be at the expense of these children, because he's just gonna get worse, because all of this man is filled with lust, and lust can never be satisfied. Lust can never ever be satisfied. It gets more perverted. It knows no bounds. It becomes more evil, and there's no limits to it. So if he gets out, he's gonna become much worse. So whatever he's doing, it's gonna be amplified even more, because they let him out. And even the children coming out of this cult, I'm not sure if the police probably have a file on them, because the children coming out of this cult, there's gonna be some kind of kids, because when they say kids are innocent, kids are truly innocent. This is why they should be protected from people like this. Like this guy, from this guy, because a child, they don't know color until somebody points it out. They don't know the difference between a girl and a boy until somebody points it out. They don't know ugly from pretty until somebody points it out. They don't know those stuff until somebody points it out. They don't know, you're not supposed to like this group, don't like this, until somebody tells them that. So that's why kids are so innocent. They don't know a lot of stuff until somebody shows them, somebody exposes them to that. So I wouldn't be surprised the children coming out, because eventually this, whatever is going on in this cult, it won't last for long. Maybe somebody else will try to start something else again, but the children coming out of this cult, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they get into industries, that are overly perverted, even getting into certain crimes, because they were exposed at such a high level of perversion, just as this nature boy guy was exposed to. So whatever, like Pastor G. Craig always says, whatever the parents do in moderation, the children always do in excess. So I don't know, this is sick. I really hope they lock this guy up and he stays in jail for the things that he has done. And if they let him out, he's just gonna get worse, because you cannot feed lust. You cannot satisfy lust. It just gets worse and increases and gets more perverted, and it has no limits. And this is supposed to be a polygamous cult and stuff. I guess maybe the women don't understand that, because in the things that I've seen, some of the women don't like, doing this switch and swap thing. But that's what polygamists do. But you can tell that's not what they really want. They probably, wanted to be around men and whatever. But some of them don't really go down with that. And I knew that he was like a barber. That's probably why that's probably where he got some of those young men, because he used to do, maybe some of them was, I don't know, he used to do their hair, shape their head. And that's probably how he got into them, because people who do our hair, when we get comfortable with them, we start telling them all our business. Sometimes you're not supposed to. And then if he probably saw that something in them that he can exploit, and then sometimes the person, if you would pay them $50, then say, you don't have to pay me the whole $50, just give me $30, or just give me $25. And then because the person has their agenda, why they don't. Some people may do it out of genuine, because that's how they are. But sometimes people, do stuff like that for you. You really have to look farther. Unfortunately, you shouldn't have to do that, but sometimes, unfortunately, that's what you have to do. And because when the person saying, giving you discounts like that, because they know they're going to get way more from you. So he may have done this to these young men, and then they probably, when people do stuff like that, you feel like you owe them, in a sense. You feel like you owe them, and sometimes you get so comfortable, and you start telling them, and then whatever you're telling them, you're just telling them how they can maneuver and manipulate you most of the time, if they have bad intentions. If they don't have bad intentions, whatever you tell them, they're gonna, put you in the right direction. If they don't have impure intentions, they're going to point you in the right direction. They're going to give you advice. But if they do have evil and impure intentions, they're going to use that to their advantage, whatever you're telling them. So that's how he got all these young men, the young men that are lost and confused, these young ladies that are lost and confused, don't have direction, didn't have a strong father in the home, didn't have parents that cared. So that's why he was able to manipulate them and have them do his bidding, have them do what he wanted them to do. So I really, really hope that he gets put away from the things that because these adults are grown, so that's their choice. They chose to do that. But these kids are truly innocent. But unfortunately, from the things that they've been exposed to, these kids will never, ever be the same. That's why we as parents, we need to protect our children. And when we fail to protect our children, we will pay the consequence. And in this lifetime, because whatever you sow, you shall reap. And it's a shame that these kids were not protected from a person like this. And even the young lady that brought up the allegations against him, I heard about the live where he called from jail, that he's like, he forgive her, and The man didn't forgive her. I hope she does not believe that, because that is definitely a trap. That man she doesn't forgive people. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.